The Pokemon Sword and Shield Isle of Armor is coming tomorrow, and I have a plan to create a team separate from my playthrough team to be used in that. Hello. I'm going to start out by saying the Pokemon that I had on my team during the main playthrough, because I'm obviously not going to repeat most of them. So I started out with Inteleon, who is my starter, then Corviknight, Appletun, Toxtricity, a Galarian, Rapidash, and Phalanx. All these Pokemon, with the exception of my starter, Inteleon, won't be coming along with me to the Isle of Armor. The only reason Inteleon is coming is because I want to experience his Gigantamax form at the Isle of Armor, which is one of the big new selling points of the DLC. Another obvious Pokemon that's going to be put on my team is Urshifu, since the whole point of the Isle of Armor is training him up from the Cubfu. As for the form of Urshifu, I'm choosing Single Strike form because it's a Dark type instead of the Water type Rapid Strike form. And as I already said, I'm going to bring Inteleon along, and he's already a Water type. And now I'm going to say another big rule I had when choosing them. I'm not going to choose Generation 4 Pokemon, even though I really wanted to use a couple of them since I've never played a Gen 4 game. Because I know a Gen 4 remake is everyone knows it's going to happen at this point. It's probably next year, so I'm not really going to bother with them because I'm going to feel like I wasted slots here when I could just use them in the remake. So all Gen 4 Pokemon are off the table. Okay, now we're going to get into the less obvious choices. I've always really wanted to use a Shedinja, mainly because of I really like the gimmick they have with that Wonder Guard, and it'd be a really cool Pokemon to have on my team. And since Gen 3 remakes just happened and I played them and didn't use Shedinja because he didn't really interest me then, it's gonna be forever since I get to use him again. So I decided I'm gonna throw him on here since he happens to be in Galar. So the next Pokemon is Ice Cube. Now the funny thing is he was actually originally planned to be on my Shield playthrough team, but at the very beginning of the game I caught a Rookidee, which was completely unplanned on my part because I usually plan out my playthrough teams in advance. But I grabbed him and I stuck with him throughout the entire game. So at the end I had all my team planned out, but I couldn't bring in Ice Cube when I eventually got to him, and you find him really late game because I already got attached to this Corviknight. So I passed on him. Even though I originally just liked Ice Cube for his appearance, which is how I choose almost all playthrough Pokemon, after I caught him to get ready for the Isle of Armor, I discovered how amazing his ability is. Like, it's really cool. It's Ice Face, so you see how he has like the big ice cube around his head. It protects him from one physical attack, but when that happens, it'll break. And it's really cool, especially since it recovers in hail. So I think at this point, especially since Mimikyu got that nerf to Disguise, it's the better version of Mimikyu's Disguise, except it doesn't work against special moves. Next up is Sigilyph. I really like Sigilyph. Like, I've always felt his design is really cool. And I found one in Sword and Shield in the wild area, and I put him in my box. But then when I was making the team here, and I was going through my box to see if there's anyone cool, he caught my eye, and I remembered I was kind of upset when I first caught him, because it was after I beat the game. So I was like, even if I wanted to replace someone, he wouldn't be doing anything. So now I'm going to bring him in so I could use him in this new DLC, since I wasn't able to use him in the story like I wanted. That wraps it up. Now, you may have noticed that I only have 5 Pokemon that I listed, and that's because I wanted to reserve the 6th one for some cool Pokemon I find in the Isle of Armor, whether it be an old one that just returned, or even some new Galarian form that they haven't mentioned in any of the trailers. I think it'd be really cool to keep open that extra random slot. Okay, before I go, I just want to remind you to like, subscribe, comment your thoughts, maybe tell me what team you're planning on using if you want to change it. If you don't want to change it, tell me why you're not changing your team from the main playthrough to the Isle of Armor. Okay, goodbye.